What institutes marriage? I see these guys on YouTube, these teachers and these prophets, telling people that people can get divorced and remarry, which is a sin. How do we know what is right? How do we know what a marriage is? The Bible tells us what a marriage is. In Genesis, Adam and Eve were the first marriage. And how did they come about being married? They had sex with one another. Eve was a virgin, and so was Adam. And they weren't carrying any baggage. They didn't have uh, an uncleanliness issue as many people do today. And we'll go into that. Basically, all they needed was to be pure to be married. And Deuteronomy 22 and Exodus 22 lead us the same way. For a woman to be married, virginity is a prerequisite. And so today, when people go and get married in a court or a municipal setting and get married, they go by the cultural standard. They don't really go by the biblical standard. And getting married legally is not necessarily getting married biblically. You could go to India and have a yoga cleric marry you, or you could go to Istanbul and have a Muslim minister marry you, or you could let Donnie Swaggart. He's been remarried. I don't know how many times. Maybe he could remarry you, but that wouldn't make it a biblical marriage. The way to be married is to maintain purity and have sex with a virgin. There is one thing about that. The father of the female virgin has to consent to it, not the municipal court clerk or not the boyfriend, but the father of the girl. So, when people want to know what marriage is, just look to Eve and Adam in Genesis. So now we're having problems with remarriage, not only marriage today. People are getting divorced. Is it okay to get divorced? Under some circumstances, yes. A woman can't put up with a man that's beating her or going out on a 6-month binge, getting drunk, using drugs, or continually going to jail and not taking care of her. I can see a woman doing this with God's peace, divorcing a man like that. If she can't talk to him and he won't reconcile. However, when she does that, if she does divorce him, she must realize that she has to stay single for the rest of her life. That doesn't give her a right to remarry. And many times, many of the marriages today are not really marriages. They're fornication, legalized, as I discussed a little earlier. And these should be annulled. And the couple separated and live single if it's not a legitimate biblical marriage. I'll leave some links down at the bottom in the description box, and you can check all these out scripturally. Don't take anyone's word today, what is right, what is wrong about the Bible, without checking out the scriptures. I see these pastors and prophets, they got doctorate degrees and they don't even know Hebrew and Greek. They They've studied all kinds of courses and read all kinds of books, but they never really did deep Bible research and study. And that's what young people should do. They should start off studying the Bible, learning the law, learning the second law, Deuteronomy, learning the fulfillment of the law, the New Testament, the three eras, first law, second law era, and the fulfillment era. And it will help them understand the things of the Bible. Have a good night.